I think it's all right. We will find out.
There has never been a 2v2v2v2 adaptation, right?
No. I think we had a 3-on-3 team FFA, but I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah. Random spell would be pretty awesome for team FFA.
Yeah, someone suggested it, but I mean it's a bit too messy, I guess. And also like random spell, I feel also like a random spell, I guess it's fun for some games, but it's a bit too random and it has some bugs, and then it's very difficult to observe because you have no idea, like you can't follow all the spells and you have no idea like what spells are in the game.
It's a fun format, yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's too competitive. I mean, yeah, everything could be competitive. But
I mean, yeah,
no undeads here, given the DK ban. That's interesting. I wonder how many undeads would have played initially.
Yeah, I mean, that's like something I really like the solution with the cards this time. Like you allow people to change race, because eventually it's almost impossible as an admin to really, like, you can't prohibit a player from changing race before starting the game. So I think it's a good solution. You also yeah, it's a nice thing for random players, for example, or for players that can't play multiple races. So they have a slight edge because they can change to another race if their primary hero gets shackled. So
yeah, I really like the cards. It's pretty cool. So what do you think about no fork now that you have seen some games of it?
Honestly, I don't think I don't think it's that much different, honestly. It feels a bit more fair. I think in many games it did not really change much. Like, as if you take your game, for example, I don't think it changed anything in that match. While, I mean,
coordination is way easier, right?
Yeah, but what was there to coordinate? I mean, they would have teamed you anyways. Like, I mean, yeah, they attacked you 3-on-1.
Yeah, but I think if I would attack someone, they would immediately be already in front of my base to push me. So
I don't know. I mean, as long as it was 4-way, I think there was no reason for any of them to help blue, really. At least in a normal match. So I think there would have been. Like, also yesterday, you would have had the chance to finish him easily with 100 supply of tanks. Like, you had, I think, 3 times his gold. So that wouldn't have been a problem with tanks or even mortar.
Yeah. My idea was that if I finish blue, that they would 2v1 me for sure.
But they would anyway, so and that's something.
And yeah, blue had such a big base that I thought I couldn't kill him, and then I would get 3v1'd, but then it turned out he 3v1'd me anyway. So
yeah, but I think you can feel pretty confident with 100 supply of tanks. It's like I'm speaking as an elf, but it's kind of the same for undeads, unless you have a big level advantage, or your main base is super huge. There's like, you will lose your main base against it, and if you're the dominant player and you can get 100 supply tanks, there's nothing blue could have done against it. If you had split your tanks, he would have certainly died. So there's like, that's a power of tanks, and you can. That's a difficulty if you have no siege units, like yesterday. Like, you can win fights over and over, and he had fiends only, so it was easy for you to fight that. But eventually it doesn't help you because you just can't finish him, and then it's going to...
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't expect a 3v1, to be honest, so I think I thought that this wouldn't be an option.
You're still playing as if you're not a strong player sometimes, but it happens always to the strong players, like to Trunks, like always. Like, once they don't manage to finish the 4th player, it always ends like this. It's always the 3-on-1, and there's no way you can defend that, and then
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
dead.
I'm lacking experience for sure in these situations, and
Yeah, but you will get there. I mean, it's much more
Yeah.
easy like to change these details than to like learn micro. So and your micro is really good, so that's not an issue. And you also have that, like, you know what's going on the map, so it's like it's not even like you know what's happening. You're just it's just your decision making that's, I guess, can be improved sometimes.
All right, but now let's talk about this game. Huge map.
Yeah, it's the biggest. It was a three. I think it was a newly created map last year, and it was only played once so far in Team FFA in this 2v2v2v2 version, and like you can argue most other maps that we play in Team FFAs don't have sufficient gold, but this map truly has. So there's so much gold here.
Yeah, I've never seen this. Oh, I think I actually played this map once. Also in a 2v2v2v2. My only 2v2v2v2 I've ever played.
Yeah.
And I lost. I lost heavily, and I never played ever since.
Yeah, I think it's if like I am really bad at Team FFA, and it's like it's so different. Like some of the if the game is slow on a map like this, it can happen, I guess. It's pretty similar to normal FFA, but on these small maps where you don't really have gold mine access and you need to get an entirely different army and everything is much different, and yeah, on these maps I think it's really difficult if you haven't trained it.
Exactly, yeah. I think the skill cap is very high.
Yeah, yeah, we just don't.
There are
play it
so
often.
many synergies and strategies and
Yeah.
strategical decisions.
And on this map, interesting hero compositions. For
Yeah,
orange,
totally.
for orange we have can't even like do we have Dark Ranger and Alchemist? Yeah, for the elf, and MK Panda for the human. And for blue we have Tinker Panda for the elf, and the orc has Blade Master and getting a TC second. Light green is creeping here in the south with an Archmage and Keeper Panda, and orange is taking the golem spot here.
Wow, and already can Chimera Roost. That's very fast.
Yeah. And it's very important to creep these two spots here, and undeads can do that very quickly, so I believe that's one reason why DKs were banned. Because they know that's something undeads like to do on this map.
Yes, I think we would have seen a lot of undeads, so it's very interesting how they adapt on the fly now. I mean, of course, the team that banned DK, they already prepared it, but the rest, maybe. There are a lot of undeads. So we pretty much don't see any split creeping. Each team is creeping together.
Yeah.
I guess it's because the creeps are so big.
Yeah, I think some of the expos, or for some of the smaller expos, it would have been nice to split up. I think might have been a bit more efficient, but I guess only if you have like units or you go summons first, and these players have, except the Archmage, have no summons. Double Panda for purple. And they have units. They are creeping with units. And I think that's a good call here on this map. The creeps are so big. I think it's worth to get some archers. Like, compare the levels. Like, purple is creeping really, really well. Like, it really paid out for them to... get these units.
Yeah.
They are like 2 levels ahead of the blue team.
So 2 markets, what do we have here? Pretty big items, right?
Yeah.
Guess biggest. Wow, and they are so huge, this creep spot.
Yeah, this creep spot is like, it's pretty huge. And they are not going for it yet, but rather for this golem and ogre spot, which is also not that easy.
Yeah, but this seems very manageable.
Yeah, with these units in particular, it's not an issue at all. Yeah, and also the other question on this map, how many expos do you go for? There are so many, and I mean, do you really want to go for 6
Wow,
expos?
this is optimistic.
I guess they tested it. This is so crazy. This war chief with
Yeah,
bloodlust.
this is the most insane guy. He's in Boomtown too, right?
Yeah.
I think it was the
That's. I
first
need to
map
take
where I
his
saw him,
damage.
and I lost immediately 2 heroes, I think.
Yeah, it was a bit too late for the screenshot. Oh, and the creepjack here, potentially killing the TC, but also could easily end up in a loss. Okay, no, there's no... What's he doing? Why isn't he TPing?
Ah, okay, that's a mistake.
Yeah. Like, he had so much time to TP.
I mean, Schaefer has very bad computer, right? Or is it better?
Yeah, I mean, he has a slow computer, and but I mean, he had so much time to TP,
Yeah.
and
Save it later.
this is so worth it. Like, all these units are so worth it if you can get that creep spot. And I think it's a bit of a mistake.
This entangle is huge.
I think it's a bit of a mistake here by other teams to not get units. I need to take a screenshot. This is awesome.
This entangle is so huge. So what did it drop? Only Helm of
Was it the
Valor?
Helm of Valor?
Wow,
Guess it was.
that's underwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, the dragon drops the big item, so
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to have like 2 major item drops. Or was it? Ah, it was the ring +5. Okay.
Ah, okay.
I mean,
That always looks underwhelming. Oh, it's okay.
yeah, maybe even underrated a bit, but depends on the heroes. And they, yeah, I mean, they have brilliance, so I guess they can kill it, but it's taking longer than I expected it to take, and this dragon will not die, I guess. Will it? I mean, this will take...
I mean, there are some gyros, but...
I mean, I guess he can kill it.
Alright, yeah, now they get them.
And he already bought a Tome of Retraining on the Archmage. I really like that, because it's sometimes on a map with this size, it's not that easy to go back to a shop and get it later. And Blizzard is so strong.
Now. Elf already on 80 supply, so they are planning to get the second.
Yeah, everyone breaking. And oh, green here, what's he doing? Oh.
I mean, they don't have quite a lot of anti-air, so
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, but I don't think they want to fight yet, really. Like, they want to get this creep camp.
Where is the other green guy? Oh, he's coming now.
So who's getting it? I keep my eyes on the blue panda.
Yeah, and pink is now already here.
This is a horrible position.
Wow, getting sandwiched. One panda down.
And Pendant of Mana picked up by... that was perfect for...
The Tome of Power is also here.
Yeah, I think the dragons drop the Tome of Power, and then you get this other item on top. And
I
that
think
was...
I think the MK took the Tome of Power though, because there were so many heroes that he had to immediately pick it up. So yeah, that was bad for blue for sure. They invested into breaking to get this camp and got sandwiched for it.
Yeah, I guess they needed to pull it out. Like you can't get stuck in there against gyros, because with the panda, I guess you are kind of well prepared against the gyros, but not if you're stuck between 2 gyro armies and want to get the creep still.
Alright, green are pushing, but no.
Oh, and orange too.
Yet.
So, So yeah, but pink is attacking south, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's really...
The town is under siege. A player's
I
forces
don't
are
think
under
they are. And pink is not going.
The town is under siege.
Yeah, I guess they need to piece now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, pink is now on them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's... I guess pink could have just waited a bit longer just to see what's happened, but obviously they didn't know. We fight. That's a lie. It's such a bad minute, but they need time, of course, to move to the top.
And now pink pieces with green. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, they want to dispel the protection scroll first, but they don't really have time for that if they don't want to lose all their main base. Oh, and all the shackles here on these cameras. I guess, I don't know, yeah. I mean, they're taking a good fight here. Once these air units are gone, I guess they have the superior hero army, but let's see. I mean,
doesn't appear at least.
yeah, but the human army is still there, and that's so many human units.
100 supply army.
It's still 100, right? Yeah, 99. Crazy.
But now pink on orange.
Why? I don't get it.
Yeah, because pink and green pieced, so pink has to go to level.
This was interesting.
Yes, and and now green going on blue. Oh my god.
Yeah, it could easily lead to free win for one of these teams.
A player's forces are under attack.
I think this is a mistake by the green team more than it is a mistake by the
Is under siege.
pink. So, how much gold do we have here? Orange has almost no gold, 2,500 roughly. We have 6k plus, so we have more than 10k for pink team, and that's what you get if one team is not fighting. The bottom left team also on over 6k, so they're fine too.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, and this felt bad for blue again. Like I don't know, people don't
Yeah,
respect
I'm not
that. That early. I mean, it's, and you don't have to like ask someone for a fight beforehand, but I guess it's. I mean, it still makes sense in FFA to like fight the player that's not fighting early on, like to have 2 1-on-1s, or in this case 2 2-on-2s. Like, what's the point if you just like obviously you can team out one team 4-on-2 if you want to, but it doesn't really feel like on a full FFA.
Yeah,
but
I
we'll see.
mean, I don't say anything then that FFA is not about armor too much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, getting one player out, or one team out in this case, is always good, I guess.
Yeah,
You make
huge fight here in the orange main base, and there's not that much anti-air left. So if they continue to kite well with these gyros, I think they will need help pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly that, right? As you said, the top left team was untouched, so they are the strongest now, and
Yeah, and
yeah.
on this map it can easily backfire, like this can get out of control very quickly, because as you see, green team is killing expos, but the purple team is not really caring too much about losing 2 or 3 expos here if they kill an entire team. So I think this is a mistake here by green. Like if you if you play on a map like this, if you play on a map like this, you want to help by moving into the main base. And I'm not sure if Ponty is right or wrong, honestly. I mean, they have a decent level advantage, so I think it can be a good move.
Yeah, I don't understand enough about this mode, so I have no idea, honestly, who made the best decisions here. But this could turn out very good. No gyros.
Yeah, and now, yeah, it's just, I mean, one fight. This is this is such a slaughter. Like, against 200 supply armies, you can't lose a fight, or it's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone is angry on everyone pretty much.
like it's kind of refreshing, these games where like no one is sitting, and it's just, even if it leads to a free win, and we will, yeah, we might see exactly that in a couple of minutes here, but it's still refreshing to have these quick games. And we'll see. I mean, Orange has a big army, he could help, but they're not moving.
Yeah.
Do you think
So green, the only team that's untouched.
yeah, do you think it makes sense to, on a map of this size, the orange team could get a tree of life here and maybe one here or something, so you would be able to TP cross map if needed?
Yeah, that sounds smart, yeah.
I have no idea who's who. I mean, I think I know who the top right team is, and yeah, but that's it. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, the others pretty much play the same strategies. I mean, I know that Qmodo likes this color, but I mean, what does it have to say?
Ooh, but yeah. Bit of a mistake by the green team not to pump during that fight, like not instantly doing that fight. So I think they could have tried to stay in this, and now you see, yeah, now you see they aren't able to recover here with the one main base maybe, but still. Like,
Yeah, I think we have a game now, maybe.
yeah.
I mean, orange and yellow have to be active.
And green spent a lot of gold on this. Like, despite having so many mines, and that's a disadvantage of having so many mines. They have so much supply in peasants and wisps. They have at least, I think, 40 supply in wisps, if not more. Like in wisps and in peasants. So
Yeah.
maybe more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's roughly 40.
Yeah, I'm not sure if orange is playing for win now.
I think they do. Yeah.
They should for sure, but
They can't do much. I mean, they need the human with castle and a bit of a bank. So I think they're playing it right here, trying to recover. And honestly, I'm not that sure they are dead. Like, where's the entire army of the green team? They only have chimeras here.
Yeah, Charo's coming now.
Yeah, but I don't think that's enough. Like, it's not really that many.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, yeah. I mean, now he's getting some more.
Town is under siege.
So do you think that the blue team should have announced as soon as they got attacked?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I mean, I also think it never hurts, right? I mean,
it never hurts. It literally never does. It's easy to forget that if you're the one who's getting attacked, but that's why even if I attack, I always call out who I attack, because that, like, even if you only win like 10 seconds, it can often mean like the difference between losing 2 expos at least, or
yeah. Also, if a second player or team is already moving towards you, they can still
yeah,
switch
exactly.
directions.
So I think there's zero reason not to, really. Like, it's like no one is at a disadvantage.
A player's forces are
Yeah, and these gyro versus gyro fights, man, they are so expensive. That's why in FFA I never like to play versus human first.
Yeah.
Because you just have 30 gyros and lose 3k gold.
And instantly forcing the TP here. But nicely, ooh, that was super close. But they got some XP out of it. And yeah, green team has so many expos, so
player's forces
still,
are under attack.
not that much gold.
Yeah, and pink team is now in the worst position, maybe
Town
even.
is under siege.
Given that orange and yellow might be untouched for the next time, and they are expanding towards the bottom right. And pink is the only team that can't really expand to blue's direction.
Yeah, but they still have plenty of gold available everywhere here in the north. Like, it's all 6k mines here, so I think they are fine. I guess, I mean, orange might be a bit too greedy here. They are at 80 supply here, and yeah, and the human is only on 50, and I'm not sure why he wasn't. Why I think he could have started to pump instantly when the green team just attacked them in the middle, but he's still trying to be on 50, and I think that's a huge mistake. They will
Yeah.
just lose him again, and he's still not pumping. I don't know why.
I mean, I guess they hope that green will continue on pink.
Yeah, big mistake.
A town is under siege.
Wow, so many gyms. 8.
Yeah. Great unit. Great unit.
And now they're adding tanks, which I think is smart against gyros, like
Mhm.
gyros gyro battles.
Yeah, gyro tanks and chimeras, pretty deadly combination. I mean, ideally you want to have like an orc and bloodlust, but you can't have it all. I don't know, I think on a map this size, I guess human with mass TP and all these potential expos is much better in Team FFA than human might be on some of the smaller maps, where I think some other race combos are favorable, but on this one I think human and elf are pretty good.
Yeah, looks like it. And the pink elf only has 1 hero? I didn't realize that he was so hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he was down to just 2 expos and a couple of wisps.
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, and the priestess is also so tremendously strong. I think literally every unit profits from the aura. The bear and the giant mods. Alright, so what does orange yellow team have? Hippo gyro, a lot of anti-air. Nothing against the tanks. So yeah, we'll see how this turns out. I mean, tanks do only damage over time, so if it's a quick battle, the gyros are nice.
This is a lot of anti-air though, so let's see if the tanks can do the job. Like you see, he's pushing back the teams, and I think the gyros should not stay above the tanks. You should move them entirely left. But I guess it still
I'm
works.
not sure, yeah. I think gyros kill them quick enough.
That's
That's what I said. Tanks take too much time to kill units.
yeah. So now
the next one. Ooh, this is painful now.
yeah, but I guess it's not bad for them to lose some units. I mean, they need something on the ground too. I think it was a mistake to both invest into anti-air only. Like all the gyros hippos are not really doing it here. Especially if your heroes are under-leveled. The Panna! Oh, that was so close.
Last second time. So yeah.
And
Okay.
second time he's going to lose his main base.
The green team has still a lot of goals. But still, 4v2. Everything is possible, I think.
And green is really going for it. They don't have that much gold, but now they have the levels, and at some point, like levels are the 6 heroes high level are really going to compensate a lot of gold disadvantage, especially if you have big main bases, and they have even invested into plenty of towers. So we'll see. There is gold left here, but it's looking good for them, certainly. But at least there was no instant free win, so it's a nice game.
Yeah, it looked like a free win.
Yeah, and it can happen so quickly if it spirals out of control. It's so easy to lose 2 main bases, and then usually it's difficult to come back, but on this map a bit easier.
Yeah,
But now
so
there's
hard to keep track of the gold.
yeah. And now there's mass TP, which is huge on a map of this size.
Town is under siege.
Green is taking so many expos. I think that's a bit greedy, honestly. I mean, look at the right side. Like,
I mean, they play it very smart, I have to say. I mean, look at the elf. The elf is on 50 supply and takes all the expansions now.
yeah, I think it's good now, but it's still pretty greedy. I mean, I don't know, honestly, if it wouldn't be the safer bet to just try to finish it now before.
Yeah, that's always the question. I mean, if you're in game, I'm not sure. I tend to be more on the safer side, but safe doesn't mean better for sure.
Yeah, just think in this situation, you just killed 1 main base. I think there's a chance to, like, they know they have more access to gold mines, and now they are basically forced to sit because they will not be able to finish any of these players with the human on 100 and the elf on 50, I guess.
So you would say just go 100 and push pink?
Yeah, probably. Like, I think they can feel pretty confident against orange, and orange is cross map, so will take them a long time to attack their main base. So I would do that, yeah. I think I would go 100 all in on purple. But maybe it's a wrong move. I mean, I'm no expert in this team FFA mode either, but
Yeah, the issue is if it's the wrong move, then you pretty much lost, because then you used all your gold.
yeah, but I mean, they just killed the orange main base, so you know, if the human loses the castle and all production buildings, it takes him at least like 10 minutes to get back to 100 supply of like a useful army.
Yeah.
So you have 10 minutes of time to finish pink here, and I think that's easily enough if you have 2 times 100.
Exactly, especially with tanks and chimps.
Yeah. And they split up. It's interesting. So the elf is here in the north, while the human is harassing.
Yeah, but the harass didn't work out. Gyros versus towers is not good.
I think they did it the wrong way round. The elf TP'd, but I think the human should have the human should have mass TP'd back home, and the elf should have remained here. And he's not pulling back the casters. It's a lot of kills.
Wow, every caster dies.
Yeah. So that was a really bad fight. I mean, he's dropping to 80, but not sure that was his intention. Yellow, don't stop. Don't stop. I'm not sure who they mean with yellow. Orange. Yeah, orange. Orange and yellow, I guess, on one team. Oh, and the mass TP in. It's not even mass TP, it's a TP. Wow. I don't know. It seems like a waste of a TP if you have a human with 665 and mass TP. Oh, and he's taverning his 2 heroes directly into...
Oh wow, into the doubles around, no.
Almost, but might still be a double kill.
He had a staff even on the paladin.
He just bought a crown. And I think, yeah, the top left team has way too much time now on... I think Pink plays it too passively here. I mean, they are just sitting, and the green team has so many expos.
Yeah, it's very tough to keep track of everything here.
Yeah, so Orange has a pretty stacked MK and is just trying to kill some peasants, but it's not going to... Not going to end... The elf is TPing again here. Why? I don't get it. Why is the elf always TPing and not the human mass TPing? I don't get it.
No, I'm not sure.
So will he be able to TP in time this time? Let's see. He should have a staff on the MK. What the heck? He has... Why?
He has devotion level 2.
Yeah, but I mean, you want a staff on your MK, no? I mean, if you have a dagger of escape, yes, that's a better call.
Yeah, I always have 3 staffs, but
yeah,
maybe
me too.
He lost his ward.
Yeah.
Earlier.
And Orange is almost out of gold and almost out of expos, so I think they really need to kill some expos here at the top bottom right and get them, or they will be out of gold very soon. I mean, they have these main mines, but not for much longer. And look at
Pink
this.
team has a nice bank in the meanwhile, but also green. Wow, the elf mines so much.
Yeah. Yeah, 10k gold is not that much more than the top left team, but they just have the way better levels.
Yeah.
Good call here by Orange. They need to kill expos, as many as they can. Every expo here that they can kill is hurting their chances drastically.
Oh, TP, this
Oh,
could
but
be close.
double. Oh, I think they could have
Wow.
let one player TP, but I'm not sure that's a good call.
Yeah, exactly. That's been the
if
worst.
the first one is the elf and the human mass TPs, it's so bad. If the first one is the human and the second is the elf, then it's good, I guess. Then you can kill all the human stuff.
Yeah, now green team a little bit undecisive, I think.
Yeah, they are splitting up all the time, which I don't think is a bad idea against orange, but might be a bad idea against pink here. At least if they stay together.
A town is
6 chimeras can hurt.
Yeah, and Pink has quite an easy pickup at the moment. Without losing anything.
Yeah, and I guess Pink will be forced to push their main base soon, or Orange will lose the next main base.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but this is a choke. I don't think the human wants to fight it. It's
Panda could block now.
oh, but the human hero's here. What's he doing?
Okay.
He's kind of stuck here, and
Ooh, the
Pink.
MK dies. Oh, Avatar. Avatar never dies.
Pink is on their way, so nice scouting by them here. And they could deal like,
Oh,
ooh,
yeah,
that's really bad, and he doesn't have a second TP. Uh-oh, this is really bad.
and his ally has the TP.
Yeah, so
I mean, this game turned into a nice game honestly now.
yeah, very cool, and big mistake by the green team. And yeah, as we mentioned, a bit greedy here. They wanted to mine all these expos at the bottom right, but I think at some point they will not be able to finish them as easily anymore. They're still mining, but they could, if the two other teams are going to kill all these expos now. I mean, they have 16, 17k combined gold, but that gold can be gone quite quickly. And they're still up against a bank of 6 plus 7k, so they are up against 11k of the Pink team. So good job by Pink to hoard.
a town is under siege.
Alright, what's the next move? I'm curious.
I don't understand why Pink is moving back to their side. Don't they want to kill like some expos here? Just to get them back? And there's, I mean, this one was theirs, so they should definitely try to get that back.
I mean, yeah, if they go to the bottom right, they expose their own bases, so I get that. Plus they play against mass TP, so I think they are fine with having equal access, expos.
A player's forces are under attack. A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
So yeah, I'm curious whether we are now in the mine outs, the map stage, before anything else happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 10k, like a bank, a combined bank of 17k is a lot of gold in Team FFA usually. Like, it's not that often that we see such a bank in this mode.
Player's forces are under attack.
They have a 6-star ranger, so we
And
might pick up some units.
yeah, and here we see the issue of splitting up the elf without anti-airs facing orange. Oh, and there's no TP on the panda. What the heck?
Ooh.
That was dangerous.
But the MK is also dangerous,
Oh yeah.
and he again dies with the TP.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, Orange is having a hard time keeping the heroes alive, and now they are so far back in levels, it's not getting easier.
Is under siege.
At least they are going to kill that town hall, and yeah.
Offering peace now.
Yeah, the Green mined out almost every expo. They have... Wow, and are they really letting Green mine the middle? Like, this is a super important expo. And that's surely not one that they want to give to Green. Oh yeah, you're right. Or whoever.
A player's forces are
Yeah, I
under
wasn't,
attack.
but yeah, it's
I just realized they haven't mined
it's not
it.
even crept.
Doesn't seem like it. The top left team is just trying to hoard their way to victory and finding some pickoffs, but they have mass TP, but still I think they are not in a good spot, and Green is not willing to peace here. And I don't get why Orange is so... I mean, always a bad sign if you're... Why did they try to peace with Green? I guess it wasn't a good move. Maybe they felt forced into it, but
Yeah, I think so.
it's easy to upset another team if you're trying to piece the team that is obviously strongest. And which player was that?
Purple, pink is moving.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe it was just one blue team.
I think they both left.
Yeah, I think so.
Player's forces are under
This human is not moving, but Nam is TPing.
And the elf is, yeah, we will see. I'm not sure if it's an advantage or a disadvantage to not tell your enemies. And we have a big mass TP here to the top left. So I don't know. Do you think it's...
Tanks are not attacking.
I think it's one player of the bottom left team that... I guess, but I'm not sure. We will see. Okay, so I'm pretty certain it's not the top left. Like, they are moving independently.
Maybe the human, the yellow human. Yeah, they are moving. Yeah, I think the yellow human. Oh yeah, orange could be too.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It looked like green for a short period of time, but now I think it's...
Yeah,
ooh, and the bottom left team is losing that important expo at the bottom right, so...
a town is under siege.
Yeah, so they're getting in a bit of a difficult spot now.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, oftentimes passiveness feels safe, but in reality,
Yeah.
spending a gold and attacking is oftentimes better.
Being passive is, like in my experience, the only time where it's a good call is if either two other players are suiciding each other, or if you're almost dead and just want to like stay alive somehow, and you just want to stay under the radar. That's the only two
Town is under siege.
situations where I think it can be helpful, but in all others it's slowing the game, and it's just not beneficial, especially not if you're the strongest player. And a big attack here at the bottom left. Oh, and that's not a good TP, I guess.
I'm not sure the tanks are in position at least.
Yeah, but I guess they're a bit too far up front, and we have a Starfall,
Starfall,
but by green, right? Is it green?
Yes.
Wow, last second invul. That was a clutch invul.
Yeah, this is
Wow. Really nice fight here by both teams, I feel, but I guess even better by green. And I'm not sure why the human took so long to TP. Really good fight by bottom
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, it turned out that the tanks were in a very good position, given the TP was.
But the top left team is still, like, they are man-upping too. I mean, they have plenty of gold to go back to 100 2 times again. And
Yeah.
also should have the time, I guess. We will find out.
Yeah, it still seems kind of even between those two. And all the gold mines are now destroyed
A player's forces are under attack.
on the right side. And yeah, now switching out of gyros completely into tanks is the green human.
Yeah, I kind of like that. If they want to finish a player, it seems easier with tanks, but it's also it's risky if you're up against two teams, also against two human elf teams, because once one team commits to mass hippos and gyros, tanks are not enough anymore, as we saw. So it's easy to lose all the chimeras. So as Toxi just wrote, I think it would be safer if green would go for chimeras and the human would go for tanks, but then you're lacking damage against ground, so it's really not an easy call.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they have. I'm not sure if they have a clue how much gold the other teams have. I guess it's super difficult on this map with all these expos. Almost impossible, I guess. You can only like guess based on what you see out on the battlefield. And it's so difficult to control 6 heroes if we assume that it's the orange team with just one player.
Yeah.
It sucks so hard.
So given that yellow is building the expo, I think orange dropped, right? Because the gold of yellow wouldn't be spendable for orange.
Yeah. I mean, it would make more sense, but doesn't necessarily mean he's doing it that way.
Alright, so many gyros now.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, the chimeras are
Town is under siege.
pretty dead. And now mass TP in the top left main base. Great timing.
That's a good one now.
So let's see. Yeah, this is.
Now the gyro should not go in there.
I mean, Blizzard and Panda are dealing so much damage here. Oh, and the castle survives with 84 HP. And I feel it's looking more and more grim for the bottom left team.
Are under attack.
I agree, yeah.
And top left has similar gold, I guess, right? They have 4k plus 6k, so 10k. And bottom left team has 7 plus 3, so exactly the same gold amount. But I don't know. The top left team seems to take the better fights now.
Yeah, and also orange-yellow is still on green.
Yeah. And yeah, orange and yellow, they need some XP, so I'm not sure it's a bad call, but
Player's forces are under attack.
I mean, there's just not that much experience to get.
A town is under siege.
And green is back to orange.
Oof.
Yeah, and I don't think this is a good fight for green here against both teams.
Yeah.
They will need to piece with one of them soon.
Oh, the paladin is left behind.
Player's forces are under attack.
and the Pella will die.
Ooh, I think that has he skilled Holy Light? Sorry, Divine Shield.
He had the aura level 2, so I assume he has the ultimate.
A player's forces
Okay.
are under attack.
Yeah, so probably not then, right? So probably Holy Light. I think it's so, I mean, Aura is so nice in this, and I guess, I mean, you want to skill Holy Light first, but I mean, in these big fights without Divine Shield, it's so risky to lose your Paladin. So you really need to keep
I still
him.
think it's the correct decision.
Yeah, I agree, I agree. Okay, big fight here, and the human alone, I don't think can defend
that's
this.
bad now, yeah, that's not a good.
Ooh, Tranquility coming in, so this could be a game deciding fight here for this team. But now Starfall, very nice Starfall, and the elf is just staying in this, and the priestess, ooh, trying to out heal, not managing to do so. Crazy fight. And this is a pretty good fight, I guess.
Good against the tanks was so nice.
And now, ooh, now Orange what's Orange doing here? The Hippo.
Yeah,
The Hippo army.
left by.
I mean, it's good scouting, I guess. And they see it now. Infernal still on the keeper for green, so he could use it. And these spellbreakers are worth gold right now. I think really good decision by purple to transition to spellbreakers.
Yeah, pretty stressful situation now.
And oh, he's keeping the keeper at the archmage close here. It's so risky. Should use some moon wells or get out there. And this is
Starfall.
oh, where he's going. Are they giving up that main base? I guess so.
I mean, now yellow is coming. The question
Yeah.
is, can yellow really do a lot against this remaining army here? And I don't think they can.
No, I guess they can counter attack into the main base in the top left. And
Yeah, either that or go to the humans' main base.
what are they doing? They're committing so hard here. Oh, okay, with the dagger. Wow. Really close.
Okay, now he was in way too
Yeah.
deep.
I mean, they're getting a bit of XP, but they're also losing probably a second and a third hero here. TP, no TP here. TP with the... At least they get the Tinker. Ah, it's losing so many heroes.
Yeah.
Holy Light. Holy Light.
Overconfident. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It looked worse, but
I mean, yes, 6k gold, so I guess it's
Yeah.
alright.
yeah, I mean, it gave green team a little bit time to recover.
Okay, every team lost one main base now. And, oh, they are cancelling the mass TP out. Interesting call. I mean, I would have allowed the mass TP out.
Yeah, to be honest, in game, it's always like I see a mass TP, I have to bolt. It's like
Under siege.
you don't even think about it.
Yeah, but in Team
So,
FFA,
I mean, if they mass TP out, it's usually good for them. So, yeah.
yeah, you might be right. In Team FFA, I sometimes feel, but I guess in this case, not in this situation, not the case, that there is a chance for the remaining player to TP too late, and then you have a nice chance to get some pickoffs. But I guess there was not much elf stuff left, and we have and that's a tricky situation here in the bottom left. The human has just 2k, and the elf without main base really has 6k, so the elf can only get chimeras. Like, there's not much else he can get at this point. While
But he can transfer, right?
correct, but yeah, of course you're right. He's in low upkeep, so yeah. Good call. They have both players still.
Player's forces are under attack.
And the top left, they They also lost a lot of gold, so they are down to 4k. So it's so even. Wow, and pink is at the top right. For
Yeah,
thanks
I
for.
think that's okay.
Yeah, I mean I see why.
I mean, they have mass TP, so everything that they kill is a game.
I mean, pink knows that orange is probably continuing to help green, and that orange is
Pink
no.
wants to piece green now. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I mean they just want to win time to finish orange because they feel comfortable against green, and I think they can do that. We will see what these chimeras here are going to bring to the table.
Player's forces
Like
are
7 chimeras can be very painful, but this is more chimeras.
Oh,
It's a lot of chimeras.
yeah.
Wow. Why? Yeah. He needs to get out there. Dagger. Dagger. The panda is chasing.
Wow, this is such a scary army.
Okay, at least he has skilled Divine Shield, but still going to die, I guess. I mean, I don't get why. Like, why is he staying in this? Like, why isn't he just TPing out instantly? It's such a risk to just run around and try to get away.
Yeah, and now there's a timer on orange. And what is green doing? Not anything at all.
The human is down to 10 gold.
10 gold, yeah. And the elf on 6.8.
Yeah, so I guess pink might have this. Looking really, really good.
forces are under attack.
Like, where did that gold go? Just into expos, and they're getting dryads now. I don't get it. Like, why would you get dryads if you can get chimeras?
A town is under siege.
I mean, there's
Riot, counter Kims, and
yeah.
Thanks.
If you have like 20 of them, and then it's only good for defense, but not for attacking. Yeah, so.
Player's forces are
Yeah, I mean, they need to kill some buildings now. Let's
I
see.
mean, I guess that's it. Honestly,
I
I
mean,
mean, there's 31 and 28 supply on green.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I mean, does the green team think they really have the time to get some more gold now before getting an army? Maybe it's the right call. Maybe they are completely correct that they can only defend this anyways if they get back some gold. But I still think they could do a bit better to win some time here. But I don't know. This is a lot of chimeras, so I don't really see them defending this.
And interesting, yellow wrote finish all, please. I think that was a manip, so that they don't.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't see him winning this, but
a town.
I mean, maybe he's not even trying to, so.
I mean, okay, it's 200
Player's
supply
forces
versus
are under attack.
combined 60.
Let me try to find out the other teams.
I mean, yellow is safe, sure.
A town is under siege.
No idea about the other guys still.
Player's forces are under attack.
So this was gonna be 100 versus 200 supply fight.
A town is under siege.
Okay, so the blue team was team maybe next time was DV and Qwest.
Yeah, it was pretty painful.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
DK ban and then the teaming.
Yeah, I felt that.
A town is under siege.
That's the last stand. Alright, ooh, the chimps straight into the gyro tanks.
Yeah, a
but-
bit risky here, and the
Yeah.
Panda is taking a lot of damage in the back.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
pretty powerful. It's just
yeah, it was a nice starfall, but I mean, the Chimeras. I guess it should be fine, but and I think they could have played a bit safer. But now, yeah, with the elf being exposed.
but
Let's see. I mean, Orange has a bit of stuff left here to help.
the chimps from Orange.
Bottom right.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he just didn't want to be the tip on the didn't want to tip the scale into one direction if he has no chance to win. A man of honor. He could maybe use the Infernal at some point. But like Infernal is pretty okay against tanks. But I'm not sure it's going to make a big difference here. Archmage not coming back, and yeah, this, I guess this should be it here for purple.
yeah, I think they played well the entire game.
Yeah, a very experienced team too. And guess what team?
Why are you laughing?
Yeah.
Did Eshan win?
Might be the case, yeah.
Alright.
And yeah, we will see. But looks pretty good for Ravenclaw here.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot to say honestly. I mean, they deserved this win for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And I also think it wasn't easy to detect which team was Ravenclaw. Yes.
Yeah, very, very hard with 4 teams. Like the bottom right team had elf and orc, but all other teams human elf. So very difficult indeed. I guess, I mean, you can get a sense for it, like if you know that like some players like zTsoso likes to add spell breakers, and the way they played, like pretty experienced. So I think, like at least from ops perspective, I think it was possible to like get an idea of who's who. But yeah, it's surely not easy, and I think much more difficult if you're in game.
Yeah.
Where the Chimeras? Bottom, no. Okay, they are moving towards the bottom left, but it will probably take them like 2 more minutes until they arrive at that top left main.
A player's forces are under attack.
And there's still so many Chimeras left. He maybe lost like 4 Chimeras, but it's still more than enough to finish all other players.
A town
Yeah, I mean, they're even still mining stuff. At the 6.5 per man.
Players' forces are under attack.
Yeah, really solid play, and I mean a bit of a mistake earlier when they lost, and when they tried to finish orange and then lost their main base just because they didn't really see that attack by green coming. That was, I think, their only major mistake in this game. But the way they crept early on, got exposed, then got the middle, seemed they prepared pretty well.
Yeah, I think so too.
So yeah, bottom left team was Happy Tree Friends, I guess OnlyLuc and Robo Goblin, but
Players'
Wow,
forces
okay.
are under
I think they
attack.
played very well.
yeah, I think it's also not their first team FFA, so yeah,
Yeah, I
Shave.
think OnlyLuc is definitely underrated as the last pick.
Yeah,
He
for
took
sure.
some
I
nice
think
good
he's he, especially in this kind of team FFA. I think he's really decent. I mean, he's of course he's not super experienced, especially in this competitive FFA. But I think he's a very nice guy,
Town is under
and
siege.
yeah, he tries hard.
This texture is so funny if you scroll down.
Yeah. Yeah, Orange with his small farm at the sea. Like, look at this farm. It's really
Players' forces
beautiful.
are under attack.
Mm-hmm.
I need to take a screenshot.
A town is under siege.
A house at the sea.
Yep. So, do they have any base race potential?
No.
Players' forces are under attack.
No chance. Like, really no chance against Mass CP.
Fucking cold. Just is that anonymous TP. I think that was cool. So who were Ravenclaw players? You said zTsoso?
Soso and Yanka.
Oh.
And Tommy and Shave, top right, of course. So,
So the Tommy disc.
yeah. Which he already and now, like, he predicted earlier today because of a thunderstorm in Austria. I'm not sure if you can confirm that, but it seems in his area there was a thunderstorm and his internet does not seem to like
Where is he
that.
from, you know?
No. Was it Graz? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah. So at my place there was no thunderstorm at all.
So
but
maybe he was lying.
no, my parents also confirmed.
I mean, Drides are doing a surprisingly good job against cameras, like against these cameras here, or at least staying alive. But now the Panda is in Earthstorm and Fire, so yeah, there is just no way to. No, the priestess died. That would be so crazy if they would win, but I think it's really impossible. Like,
Yeah, the Chimera's move.
Are under attack. Town is under siege.
I mean, there are so many buildings.
Yeah, and against mass TP, it's almost impossible. The key will force the TP instantly, and they don't like except the chimeras at the bottom wherever they are, or top left. So he's using them now, but
I mean, where's the alchemist? If there is a level 6 alchemist, don't see
yeah.
him.
They also have, like some minutes ago, they had no air, like no anti-air that was flying or that could fly above the water, but now they have gold again, so yeah, no chance.
A player's forces are under attack.
And that's it for orange, I guess. Last building?
Oh, bottom left, the farm on the island.
Oh, yeah, you're right,
Don't
you're
forget
right.
it.
I mean, that's a pretty stacked MK, I must say, but not going to make a big difference.
A player's forces
And
are
there's
under
the
attack.
reveal, so... One camera is soon going to fly towards the bottom left. And the panda dead.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, nice job here with the staff and then Mass TP on that priestess.
Town is under siege.
Very solid play. And that's it for... No? My god. It's always the same. Oh, okay, he got a new farm.
Yeah, too.
Oh yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, the chimps
Town
arrive.
is under siege.
in STP.
Yeah, instantly pumping some gyros, and there is absolutely nothing Orange can do against it.
Yep, that's it.
A player's forces are under attack.
But yeah, overall, pretty funny game if you aren't in Blue's team, but the rest was...
Yeah,
was
it was a... Yeah, after that unfortunate teaming early on, it was, I mean, at least an action-packed and fun game, I think. It was...
Yeah, I mean, this game could have lasted like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's just Team FFA can spiral out of control so quickly, and
Yeah.
on other maps it's even more difficult to survive. At least here the distances are much bigger, so you have a bit more time to recover, and you have more gold to survive. But once there's mass TP, and yeah, it becomes pretty tricky.
A player's forces are under attack.
So yeah, for Orange it's really only the MK that is left. Okay, and 3 chimeras.
A town is under siege.
Ooh, the Archmage. Never TP. I mean, they don't have any more gold.
Yeah, that's correct, but
Forces are under attack. Town is
I mean, green has 5 gold and 8 supply. And there's still 68 supply for purple, so that should be more than enough.
The town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Blink dagger is so fun.
Oh, that's the last building though. Nope. The last PM. Yep,
And
5 supply.
where's the last farm?
Here.
Ah, that's still the one down there, yeah. And there's one here, okay. Take all what you have and go, yeah.
Orange, yeah. The guided disc half an hour ago.
A town is under player's forces are under attack.
Instant cancel on the Starfall and yeah. There's no damage here. Dryads are good against chimeras, but that's it. And that's it for orange. Down to 2 farms.
Player's forces are under siege.
So Yanka not anymore with the dash. Minus word splitting.
What do you mean?
Like Yanka typed like oh, sorry. Like this. But he doesn't have the minus anymore.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Maybe he has different profiles on walkies.
A player's forces are under attack.
All right, so that was a fun one, lasting 1 hour 22. Good time for an FFA, especially for a team one. And yeah, next win for Ravenclaw. So congrats to them. It's getting more lonely there at the top for them. And
Strong performance.
yeah, and this was the third game this week, and there are 9 matches to go with this TBR. 2 matches tomorrow, and then some more still waiting for potential construction laws and other cards. Like, there are a lot of cards that captains had available for this week still, so a lot of fun that we are potentially going to witness. But for today, that's it. Thanks for joining me again. Really nice to have you on board.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Thank you.
And yeah, have a good night. Bye bye.
Thank you. You too.